Our next guest starred in such films as Top Gun. Hey, there was a movie. Yeah. Yep. Also, The Doors and his brand new film, which is titled Thunderheart, opened on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, a name that once dominated Hollywood screens with unforgettable roles in Top Gun, The Doors, and Tombstone. But behind the glamour, he has faced a life filled with tragedy, illness, and isolation. What terrible truth caused this former star to become the one Hollywood abandoned? And how did Val Kilmer survive, fight, and ultimately reclaim his voice, even if he no longer retains his iconic deep voice? This is the heartbreaking, emotional story of an actor who once captivated millions, only to be left in the shadows of his own life. If you love Val Kilmer and are intrigued by the dramatic and unexpected turns of his life, subscribe to our channel to continue discovering this powerful journey. Childhood and early career. Val Kilmer was born into a well-off family in Los Angeles, California, on December 31, 1959. His father, Eugene Kilmer, was an aerospace equipment distributor, and his mother, Gladys Kilmer, was a real estate developer. Despite their wealth, family life was far from harmonious. When Kilmer was just 9 years old, his parents divorced, and he and his two brothers had to cope with the family's division. He lived with his father and two brothers, Mark and Wesley. Life with his reserved, distant father proved challenging. In later years, Kilmer admitted that his parents' divorce had profoundly impacted him, making him more withdrawn and introspective. I became quiet and reserved. My relationship with my father was strained for quite some time. But the tragedies didn't end there. Kilmer's younger brother, Wesley, whom he adored, died suddenly at the age of 15 due to a seizure. On the day Kilmer was about to leave for New York to attend Juilliard, Wesley suffered a seizure near the family pool and drowned within moments. To Kilmer, Wesley was not only a younger brother, but also a companion in his creative dreams. He was a genius. I always admired him, Kilmer once shared in an interview. This loss haunted him for years, as he confessed. It took me 2 or 3 years after his death to really wake up. This tragedy marked a dark chapter in Kilmer's life and became a deep inner drive for his future roles. Val Kilmer didn't just overcome the pain, he transformed it into motivation to pursue his passion for acting. From a young age, he had a deep love for the stage and acting, frequently attending acting classes to refine his skills. At 16, Val Kilmer reached a significant milestone by becoming the youngest student ever accepted into the prestigious Juilliard School's drama program. Sharing a stage with talents like Robin Williams, Christopher Reeve, and Kelsey Grammer, Kilmer seized this opportunity wholeheartedly. However, despite his enthusiasm, Kilmer faced challenges adapting to Juilliard's disciplined environment. He later revealed that he struggled with the vocal exercises and rigid protocols. Nonetheless, his talent and perseverance gradually won over even the most demanding teachers. At Juilliard, Kilmer began exploring his playwriting talents, co-writing a play titled How It All Began with some classmates. The play quickly garnered attention and was picked up by renowned producer Joseph Papp, who brought it to the stage at the Public Theater in New York. This event marked Kilmer's first step toward a professional stage career, moving him closer to the limelight. Kilmer officially made his film debut in 1984 with a comedic role in Top Secret, a spy movie parody where he showcased both his acting versatility and singing ability. Despite the film's humor, Kilmer quickly impressed audiences and critics alike with his charm and confident screen presence. Soon after, he appeared in Real Genius, 1985, another comedy but with a completely different portrayal. As the brilliant but mischievous student, Mitch Taylor, Kilmer demonstrated his range by bringing intelligence and wit to the character. This role not only caught the attention of directors, but also established him as a sought-after rising star among major Hollywood filmmakers. Successful career and iconic roles. Val Kilmer truly reached the peak of his career when he played Lieutenant Tom "Iceman" Kazansky in Top Gun, 1986, a blockbuster about the U.S. Navy that solidified Kilmer's place as an iconic figure. The character of Iceman, with his confident, cool, and powerful demeanor, stood as the rival to Maverick, played by Tom Cruise. The contrast between the two characters, one calm and disciplined, the other bold and rebellious, created a unique tension that made Top Gun unforgettable. Interestingly, Kilmer's personal life at the time was anything but calm. He frequently clashed with directors, colleagues, and crew members due to his rigid working style and high standards. He even revealed that he wasn't particularly fond of Top Gun's script or its war theme, but he was bound by contract. The overwhelming success of Top Gun propelled Kilmer to stardom, making him one of the most sought-after actors in Hollywood. From that point, Val Kilmer became a promising talent with a significant influence on popular culture. Following Top Gun, Kilmer continued to challenge himself with roles requiring intense immersion and commitment. One of his most memorable performances was as legendary rock singer Jim Morrison in The Doors, 1991. To embody Morrison, Kilmer not only mimicked his style, but also trained to sing exactly like Morrison, leaving audiences in awe. Throughout the filming process, Kilmer lived as Morrison so deeply that he had to seek therapy afterward to distance himself from the character. Kilmer's unyielding method of deeply immersive acting earned him admiration from audiences, but also made him a controversial figure on set. In subsequent projects like Tombstone, 1993, and Batman Forever, 1995, Kilmer continued to leave a strong impression, though his uncompromising working style was not always well received. In Tombstone, his portrayal of Doc Holliday, a tough yet frail gunslinger, delivered one of the finest performances of his career. The chilling dialogue and confrontations between Holliday and the lead character Wyatt Earp, played by Kurt Russell, made Kilmer the highlight of the film. In Batman Forever, Kilmer had the opportunity to play Bruce Wayne Batman, but the experience fell short of his expectations. Director Joel Schumacher later disclosed that Kilmer was one of the most difficult actors he had worked with, to the point that he would never work with him again. Nonetheless, Kilmer brought a unique take on Batman, blending coldness with sensitivity even if the role did not fully eclipse the legacy of previous Batmans. Despite his ever-growing fame and iconic roles, Kilmer faced numerous challenges throughout his career. From his intense commitment to each role to conflicts on set, Kilmer built a reputation as an artist unafraid to confront obstacles and always prioritizing art. Kilmer's profoundly immersive and passionate acting style helped cement his status as an icon, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of audiences. Personal life and marriage of Val Kilmer. Amid the pinnacle of his career and iconic roles, Val Kilmer's personal life took a dark and tragic turn. From a romantic on-set love affair to bitter accusations of infidelity, Kilmer's marriage to Joanne Whalley collapsed, not only due to distance, but also unspoken suspicions. Val Kilmer met Joanne Whalley while filming Willow in 1988. It was a sweet romance on set, but as fleeting as a scene in a movie. The two married, and their love brought them 2 children, Mercedes and Jack. However, Kilmer's rising fame and commitments to his craft quickly placed immense pressure on their marriage. Kilmer, always fully dedicated to his roles, grew distant from Whalley as his career reached new heights, frequently being away from his family. Tensions only worsened when rumors about Kilmer's fidelity surfaced, speculating that he was romantically involved with famous supermodel Cindy Crawford. Whalley, once a supportive and loving wife, gradually lost her trust in him. This strain pushed their marriage to the brink. While Kilmer was filming the intense The Island of Dr. Moreau, Whalley filed for divorce, leaving him to face a deep personal loss that impacted not only his family, but his pride. The divorce ended what was once a beautiful love story, leaving Kilmer with a scar on his soul that would be hard to heal. Following the end of his marriage, Kilmer had several relationships with Hollywood icons, including famous affairs with singer Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, supermodel Cindy Crawford, and two of Hollywood's most attractive stars, Angelina Jolie and Daryl Hannah. Kilmer revealed that he and Angelina Jolie met on the set of the epic Alexander in 2004 and quickly fell in love. Jolie, recently divorced from actor Billy Bob Thornton, was coping with the loss of her mother and raising her son, Maddox, alone. Kilmer was single with 2 children of his own. From the moment he met Angelina Jolie on the streets of New York, he knew he had fallen for this beautiful and intelligent woman. To win her heart quickly, Kilmer even considered hiring a plane to write V and J in the sky to surprise her. They shared a sweet and happy romance, but it ended as Alexander wrapped up. After their split, Jolie starred in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where she met Brad Pitt, forming Hollywood's most powerful couple. Once one of Hollywood's most captivating stars of the 1980s and 1990s, Kilmer stole the hearts of numerous Hollywood beauties. Yet he admitted he wasn't a bad boy, but rather a slave to love and worshipped women. With his good looks, strong personality, and witty sense of humor, Kilmer fell passionately in love with the famous singer Cher when he was 22. Cher, 13 years older than Kilmer, was a major star in showbiz at the time. They dated from 1982 to 1984. Though deeply in love, both knew marriage wasn't in the cards for them due to their intense personalities. With Cher, Kilmer found not only empathy, but also a lasting friendship. Their relationship was rooted in friendship, so even after they parted ways, their bond remained strong. Cher and Kilmer have maintained a close relationship over the years, despite each experiencing other romances, marriages, and parenthood. When Kilmer was diagnosed with throat cancer in 2015, a challenging time complicated by his daughter's severe leg injury, business setbacks, and financial strain, Cher was the one who didn't hesitate to welcome him into her home, caring for and supporting him during these difficult days. Together, they shared humorous moments amidst the pain, helping Kilmer maintain his spirit in this life and death struggle. However, the romance that left Kilmer with the deepest scars was with Daryl Hannah. Kilmer once admitted that their breakup was the hardest punch to his heart. His feelings for her were so strong that when she married music legend Neil Young in 2018, Kilmer couldn't hide his profound hurt, even describing it as the greatest loss he had ever experienced in love. Kilmer's post-divorce romances were not mere flings. They were his attempts to rediscover warmth and genuine connection. Yet loneliness seemed to be a constant companion for Kilmer. Though he stood at the height of his career, he remained a solitary traveler, endlessly searching for a place of peace in his life. Kilmer was known not only for his emotionally charged performances, but also for his intense dedication to his craft, willing to put his reputation and career on the line. His strong personality and no-compromise approach sparked controversy, yet they also signified an artist who held himself and others to the highest standards. In Batman Forever, Kilmer shone as Bruce Wayne in a deeply layered performance. However, his conflicts with director Joel Schumacher fueled the story of a difficult talent. Schumacher later remarked that Kilmer was a perfectionist who wasn't afraid to fight for what he believed was best for the role. Although conflicts could sometimes be intense, this perfectionism undeniably helped Kilmer create a unique and memorable Batman that resonated with audiences. On the set of The Island of Dr. Moreau, Kilmer again demonstrated his all-in approach, even when it led to clashes with director John Frankenheimer. Their disagreements centered on portraying the character most authentically, and Kilmer remained steadfast in defending his vision for the role. Though these incidents sometimes led to misunderstandings, Kilmer saw it as the cost of creativity and dedication, as he always put art above all. Kilmer's fierce dedication often placed him in challenging situations, but it also enabled him to weather countless storms. As Hollywood's spotlight receded, he persisted and continued to perform in independent films. While his career may not have shone as brightly as before, Kilmer never lost his love for acting and art. He sought roles with more depth, showing fans that his commitment was a testament to his artistic integrity, not arrogance. Val Kilmer, despite enduring scandals and controversy, remains a symbol of passionate dedication and irreplaceable talent in cinema. Although the spotlight may have dimmed, his talent and artistic spirit continue to shine, reminding us that an artist's career is measured not only by fame, but by the way they live and contribute to their art. With a strong, resilient personality, much like the iconic characters he brought to life on screen, Val Kilmer seemed capable of overcoming any personal or professional challenge. Yet life became harsher than ever in 2015 when, at 55, he was diagnosed with throat cancer, a revelation that would upend his world entirely. Upon learning of his illness, Kilmer faced his first dilemma: choosing a treatment path. As a devout follower of Christian Science, a faith that believes prayer has the power to heal all ailments, Kilmer initially chose to reject medical treatment. To him, illness wasn't an absolute truth, but rather a mistake in perception, something that could be dissolved through faith and prayer. Kilmer once described his condition not as real cancer, but as a suggestion of cancer, a manifestation of spiritual weakness rather than physical damage. This was a deeply held belief, and he decided to confront his illness based on his faith. However, behind this decision lay the worries and fears of his family. His children, Jack and Mercedes, who were not followers of Christian Science, were greatly alarmed by their father's declining health. Seeing the signs of the illness's severity, they pleaded with him to seek medical treatment. Moved by his children's love and persistence, Kilmer finally agreed to undergo chemotherapy and radiation. This was no easy decision, as he would have to confront profound changes in both body and spirit. Kilmer began his treatment with hope and faith in recovery. Yet the grueling effects of chemotherapy and radiation soon brought immense pain and severe side effects. The throat cancer led to 2 tracheotomies, surgeries that altered his voice forever. The powerful, resonant voice that had become his hallmark was reduced to a faint, raspy whisper. The loss of his ability to communicate was a monumental challenge for Kilmer, who had devoted his life to the art of expression. Now, every word was a painful effort. For an artist whose life was acting, this loss struck at the core of his pride and sense of self. Kilmer had to adapt to this change and learn to use assistive technology to communicate. The pain of losing his voice was not only a physical loss, but also a profound emotional wound. Throughout his treatment, Kilmer sought joy and meaning in life. He transformed his pain and struggle into unique artistic creations. He began painting, creating abstract works, and writing, aiming to convey his feelings and reflections on his healing journey. He once shared, "When one thing is taken, another is given." Losing his voice sparked a fierce creative energy within him, and painting became his way of telling his story with profound aesthetic and emotional depth. Kilmer's artwork is often vibrant, filled with abstract yet meaningful images that reflect a spectrum of emotions from pain and anger to hope and peace. He turned to art as a form of therapy, helping him find solace and meaning in his journey through illness. Kilmer considers himself fortunate not to be alone in his battle with cancer. He has always had family, friends, and fans by his side. His children have been his rock, accompanying him through every step of his healing journey. His son Jack once shared that although his father was physically weakened, he remained madly creative and passionate. Mercedes also expressed deep pride in her father, stating that he always remained resilient and kept his unique sense of humor, even in the toughest times. After going public with his battle against cancer in 2017, Kilmer received empathy and support from all around. His story became a symbol of resilience and determination to overcome adversity, especially for other cancer patients. Rather than hide, he chose to share his journey openly and courageously, raising awareness about the illness and offering support to those in similar situations. Though Kilmer's acting career isn't what it was in his youth, he looks back on his most successful days with a new perspective, stating that fame is a mess. Kilmer once dreamed of a successful career, industry recognition, Oscar nominations, and even winning an Oscar. Reflecting on his past, Kilmer admitted, "I took life too seriously. I was easily saddened by titles, awards, and recognition. Those things never came to me. I always dreamed of winning an Oscar. I've always admired Meryl Streep. She's won 3 Oscars and been nominated 20 times. She must feel amazing. Everyone loves her. It's not just about awards, it's about being loved and acknowledged." After such life-altering experiences, Kilmer has come to view himself with greater generosity and openness. He continues to pursue acting and has even ventured into directing in mid-sized and independent films. Notably, he directed his debut film, Mark Twain and Mary Baker Eddy. Throughout his career, Kilmer has appeared in 103 films, with Top Gun marking one of his most memorable roles, giving his life profound meaning. Kilmer loved his role as if it were part of his own life. In 2022, Kilmer, despite his illness, reprised his role in Top Gun: Maverick alongside Tom Cruise. In the 1986 Top Gun, Kilmer's Iceman and Cruise's Maverick were rivals, only reconciling at the end. 36 years later, the blockbuster returned, and while many original roles were absent, Iceman remained, standing alongside Maverick once more. This time, Iceman has become a Navy admiral, while Maverick remains a steadfast fighter pilot. Iceman has a profound impact on Maverick's career, almost like a guardian watching over him. They share a few text exchanges and a direct meeting, which becomes one of the most emotional moments in the film. Val Kilmer's return in Top Gun. Maverick was both a surprise and a deeply touching moment for audiences, especially since the actor had lost his voice nearly a decade ago. Due to Kilmer's health challenges, the script for Top Gun, Maverick crafted a middle-aged Iceman that mirrored his real-life condition. Kilmer fully agreed with this creative decision. While the movie doesn't specify the character's illness, it shows Iceman struggling to speak, using a screen to type his messages. In their final scene, Iceman musters the strength to speak one line to Maverick. This voice was created using artificial intelligence, with a London-based tech company synthesizing Kilmer's voice from previous recordings to match his iconic tone. Despite his health hurdles, Kilmer was enthusiastic and successfully completed his role in Top Gun 2. The movie's release was met with an outpouring of fan support and critical acclaim, delivering a deeply memorable experience for audiences. Have you seen Top Gun 2? If you were moved by Val Kilmer's performance in this blockbuster, type "yes" in the comments below to share with us. At 64, Val Kilmer remains active in the film industry. Though he faces health challenges, he continues to contribute to the arts and inspire many. If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to follow our channel to discover more about other famous personalities and the surprising tales behind their lives. See you in our upcoming videos.